Want some guys? Welcome back to another video on the Fearlessnick YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my round 16 2022 AFL tips / predictions, and obviously as well as that I'm going to be going back over my round 15 tips from last week and seeing how I went. If you're going to enjoy the video, remember to like, share and subscribe. Yeah, we are on the road to 300 subscribers, and yeah, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could please subscribe. So yeah, just click that red button down below, and yeah, you will join the ever-growing channel, and you'll help the channel grow a whole lot. So yeah, please do that. Yeah, be sure to do that down below. Yeah, trying to hit 300 subscribers by the final. But yeah, anyways, enough of me rambling on anymore. Yeah, let's get stuck into it. So as we do every week on the channel, we in these videos we review the previous round. In this case, it was round 15. I got 5 out of 9. The poor tipping unfortunately continues. I still haven't hit a perfect round at all. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I'll just give you that update. Although there have been quite a few upsets, but anyway, 5 out of 9 is probably not ideal. It was quite a tough round. I think most people probably would have got 6. I got 5. But yes, anyway, yeah, not ideal from me. Hopefully do a bit better in the upcoming rounds. The next few rounds will be quite interesting. Anyways, I'll go over them very, very quickly. First game, the MCG, the D's and the Lions. I actually tipped the D's to bounce back, and they sure did, definitely. I was way off on the margin. I think I tipped 13 points or something like that. Oh yeah, 13 points. But yeah, the D's far too strong for the Lions, and may have raised a few question marks about the Lions in this game, but yeah, the D's bounced back in emphatic style. You know, they've really bounced back and shown us why they are the best team in the comp. Yeah, got that tip right pretty easily there. Next game at Marvel Stadium, the Bulldogs, and between Bulldogs and Hawthorn. I tipped the Bulldogs. Luckily for me, I was a bit worried at quarter time. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a long round. Nonetheless, Bulldogs came back. I think Hawthorn actually really struggled. I did watch this game. I'm just trying to remember. I think Hawthorn really struggled after quarter time, the Hawks. Yeah, Dogs too strong there. Next game at Optus Stadium between West Coast and Essendon, and hallelujah, West Coast have got a win, got their second win on the board. They obviously beat Collingwood. I think it was all the way back in round 4 or something like that. But yeah, they finally got their second win, West Coast. So congratulations. Yeah, Essendon. Wow, that's got to be one of the all-time lows. But yeah, got that tip wrong. Probably should have tipped West Coast in hindsight, but yeah, I just didn't see West Coast winning that game. Next game at Marvel Stadium, and I do feel kind of silly about this one. Carlton and Freo. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a new rule now. I'm not going to tip against Carlton if they play at Marvel Stadium. The Blues, yeah, they continue a great form, and yeah, that's a really impressive win from the Blues. Next game at the MCG, Geelong and Richmond. You can probably imagine I got very annoyed in this game, especially Jack Henry taking the mark. Yeah, Richmond trailed by I think 40 points in this game. Came back and actually led by 17 points, and I was like, 17 points, we haven't put them away yet. I sort of had that feeling at the back of my mind Geelong would come back, and they did. They're a very good side, like I said. I have massive respect for Geelong, except for you, Tom Stewart. But anyways, yeah, Geelong too good in the end, and in classic Richmond fashion, lose in the final minutes. So yeah, got that tip wrong as well. Next game at the SCG, this one, the Swans and the Saints, and this was not really the greatest game to watch. The Swans just held control of the Saints the whole match. I think the Saints only had 2 goals going into the last quarter, which is quite embarrassing. Even though you are playing the Swans. But a good response there from the Swans. You know, they regained some composure after their loss to Port Adelaide. And yeah, good win there by the Swans. I did tip them. Next game at Blundstone Arena between North and the Crows. Probably not a very watchable one, but the Crows, they did get a bit of a percentage boost over North Melbourne. North, I don't know. I think they're probably a lock to finish bottom now. I don't see them getting another win this year. West Coast are now, yeah, a game clear of North. So it doesn't look like West Coast will be finishing bottom anymore. unless North somehow managed to get a couple wins. But nah, the Crows were just too good in this game. And yeah, got that tip right as well. Next game of the MCG, I was a little bit disappointed with myself here on this one as well. Collingwood and GWS. I tipped the Giants in an upset. I thought Collingwood might just get a little bit ahead of themselves after the Melbourne game, but yeah, they were just so much better than the Giants. The Giants just did not look up to it. And yeah, like I said, the only real reason it was 11 points in the end was Collingwood's kicking in the end. And the final game of the round, Adelaide Oval between Port Adelaide and the Gold Coast Suns. The Power got up by 2 points in an absolute thriller. What a round. This was just a great round of footy, honestly. Gold Coast a little bit unlucky at the end. I think Isaac Rankin got pushed in the back. Maybe a child score review, whatever. But yeah, I think Gold Coast got a bit unlucky. Port Adelaide are still alive. They've won 2 games in a row now against Sydney and Gold Coast. And they've kept their slimmest finals chances alive, although I think it's going to be quite tough from here. But nonetheless, those were my round 15 tips. Like I said, got 5 out of 9. Pretty disappointing once again. Yeah, those were my round 15 tips. Now let's move on to the round 16 tips. Alrighty, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, round 16. So actually, Thursday night footy. I didn't think there was Thursday night footy this round, although there is. But anyways, Thursday night, which is tomorrow, Brisbane taking on the Bulldogs. Wow, this is an interesting game. The Dogs fighting to keep their season alive. They're sitting 8th. Yeah, so they're still technically finals chances, the Dogs, and if they win this, they're probably enhanced. Brisbane will want to bounce back though, and I feel like because of that, I reckon the Lions will get the job done here. It'll be close though. I'm going to say 14 points. I think the Lions will be too good in this one. I've noticed I haven't really been tipping the Lions as much in recent weeks, and I probably should start because they are actually a good side. But yeah, I think at the Gabba, the Lions, they rarely lose there, and I think yeah, they will be too strong for the Bulldogs at the Gabba. Next game at Marvel Stadium on Friday night. This is an absolute blockbuster. We've got the Blues and the Saints. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not really gonna. I've learnt my lesson. I'm never gonna tip against the Blues if it's at Marvel Stadium. But if it's anywhere else, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, Marvel Stadium. The Saints aren't in great form. It's kind of hard to make a reason for the Saints for why they would win this game. Yeah, I think this is probably a bit too far gone, unless St Kilda, Max. I think if Max King has a big game, the Saints could be on. Jack Steele probably needs to stand up as well. Now he's back in the side, but yeah, I think the Blues, yeah, should be pretty good in this one. I'm going to say the Blues by 28 points. I feel like they will be fine. And yeah, this is probably the worst time to get the Blues, especially at Marvel Stadium. If it's at the MCG, the Saints play better footy at the G, so maybe the Saints could have been a chance. But because it's at Marvel, yeah, the Blues haven't lost a game there this year, and I don't think they will going into this week. Next game of the MCG on Saturday, the first of the Saturday games, we got Essendon taking on Sydney. For some reason, I think Essendon might show up in this game. I know they did just lose to West Coast, but Essendon and Sydney, they often have good matches, and I feel like, yeah, I don't think the Bombers will win, but I feel like they're going to make a game of it for at least 3 quarters, and then maybe in the last quarter, the Swans just walk away with it. I'm going to say the Swans by 16 points. I feel like they will win. I think, yeah, they're obviously the strongest side this year. Yeah, but I feel like at the MCG, the Bombers could be a chance. Like, I think they will make a game of it at the very least. But yeah, I'm tipping the Swans by 16. I think the Bombers will make a game of it. But yeah, the Swans, for me, too good for the Bombers, who are having a disappointing year, to be honest. Next game of the Adelaide Oval. Now, this is the game I'm excited for because I've got a big announcement for you guys. I will be going to this game. I will be in Adelaide, and I will probably vlog this game. So get ready for that. I'll try and get the vlog out hopefully on the Sunday, but maybe even the Monday afterward. Anyways, back to this game. It shouldn't really be a problem for Melbourne, really. I mean, You know, Melbourne, they've just knocked off probably the second or third best team in the comp, Brisbane, by I think it was like 60 points or something. Yeah, the D's, this is not a good time to play the D's. They're just getting back into form. The Crows are a different side at Adelaide Oval. They actually really compete. They just had a really good win, albeit it was against North. I feel like the Crows will stand up for about a half, but after half time, I think the D's will just get rid of them and just, make a bit of a dominant performance. I'm going to say the D's by, let's say 34 points. I think the D's, I think they're just a much stronger side around Adelaide. I know Adelaide did win this game last year, but the D's should get revenge in this game, I think. So, D's pretty comfortably there. Next game at GMHBA Stadium between Geelong and North Melbourne. Also on the Saturday night. Geelong pretty easily. North are just in an absolute hole at the moment. The whole club seems to be falling in on itself, and it just doesn't look like a good place to be, North. So, and Geelong are in pretty good form. They've just knocked off us, to be fair, and they play pretty scary footy when they're on, Geelong, and especially at GMHBA, I reckon the Cats will win this one pretty comfortably. I want to go 100-point margin. I feel like that would be interesting, but I just don't feel like, I think without Tom Stewart, I don't think it's going to be 100 points. I'm going to say the Cats by 77, and they'll just run rings around North Melbourne, to be honest. Next game at Metricon Stadium, I'm kind of interested in this game. Gold Coast and Collingwood. Gold Coast and Collingwood. Gold Coast, they're in some quite decent form. They were a bit unlucky last week against Port Adelaide, and Collingwood, they came off a pretty solid victory over the Giants. Should have won by more, but anyway, that's a discussion for another day. At Metricon Stadium, they've already played at the G, but if it's at the G or Marvel, I would have gone Collingwood. I could see the Suns winning, to be honest, and I really like what the Suns are doing. However, no, I'm going to go Gold Coast, I think. I think Gold Coast, Metricon Stadium is probably one of the hardest stadiums to play at this year. The Suns, they've been in some really good form, and I believe in Gold Coast. I feel like they've had some really good wins this year. They've knocked off Carlton there, they've knocked off Freo, they knocked off Sydney, they knocked off Hawthorn. They should have beaten Port Adelaide last week, like I mentioned. And I feel like they have a thing for top 8 sides, I reckon. So, I reckon the Pies will play well. I don't think it'll be a big margin. I'm going to say the Suns by 8 points. It'll be a very good game, and I'm looking forward to it. Next game at the MCG, we got Richmond taking on West Coast. At the MCG, it's probably not a biased tip. I know West Coast have been playing better footy. However, I'm obviously going to go Richmond. I'm going to say I don't think it'll be that big of a margin. I know it was like 109 or something last time we played West Coast. I don't think it'll be that big again. I'm going to say 50 points. And I'm very confident we will win this game. If I am that confident we will win this game. I know West Coast have been playing better footy, but I'm putting it out there right now. I'm very confident, especially at the G. We should not be losing this. I'm calling it right now. If we lose this, our season is done. We're not making finals. Next game at Giants Stadium between the Giants and the Hawks. This is an interesting game. I could see the Giants winning. It's at Giants Stadium. So Hawks are always an upset team, but I feel like last week showed they don't really have the capacity to run out 4 quarters. And I feel like the Giants have been a little bit better this year, and I feel like, getting it down to 11 points against Collingwood last week was a step in the right direction. I feel like you take that as a Giants fan for the free of the Giants supporters that live in this country. The Giants, I think, will beat Hawthorn at Giants Stadium this time. I know the Hawks do have a good record actually against the Giants. They beat them last year, albeit it was at the MCG. I think the Giants should be alright in this one. I reckon they will. I reckon the Giants will win this one, but I'm going to say 14 points. I think it'll be interesting, but I think the Giants will get the better of Hawthorn in the end. And the last game of the round, Optus Stadium between Freo and Port Adelaide. At Optus Stadium, Freo obviously coming off a bit of a disappointing game. Well, in my opinion, probably many Freo supporters' opinion as well. 31 points to Carlton, even though it was at Marvel. Freo don't have the greatest record at Marvel. Port Adelaide, well, they've kept their season alive with 2 wins in a row over Gold Coast and Sydney. 2 solid teams, especially Sydney. Yeah, they've definitely kept their season alive. Here, Port, although I feel like this could be the knockout blow. I don't think Port Adelaide can lose a game from here on out. I think if they lose, even if they lose 1 game, I think their season's done. That's how close they are to calling it season over, I think. So, and I think Freo will be angry. I think they'll be ready for this game, I think. And yeah, if Port win this though, then the top 8 chances for me go up significantly. But yeah, I just can't see Freo losing this. I could see Port making a game of it, but I can't see Freo losing this. I'm going to say Freo by 22. I feel like it'll be a good game. Might be similar to the Freo Hawthorn game. Port put up a good fight, but Freo overrun them in the end. Those are my round 16 tips. We got Freo over Port Adelaide by 22. We got the Giants over Hawthorn by 14. We've got Richmond over West Coast by 50. I think I said 50. Gold Coast over Collingwood. It's a little bit of a mini upset there. I can see a lot of people tipping Collingwood. Gold Coast for me by 8. We got Geelong over North by 70. Yeah, I will be going to this game. Melbourne, Adelaide, the D's by 34. Next game, Essendon, Sydney. I tipped Sydney by 16. I think Essendon could make a game of that. Carlton pretty comfortably over St Kilda by 28. And I'm tipping the Lions to bounce back and win by 14 points over the Dogs. So those are my round 16 tips. But before we go, as always, we're going to check the ladder. Do we have any new members? No, we don't. Alrighty, so here is the ladder after round 16. So like I said, if you want to join my comp, link will be down below in the description and in the pinned comment. But yeah, as you can see here, we got Saint Lai 12, Ben P. He's on 88 tips. I'm pretty sure he's been on top of the ladder for at least the last 5 weeks. He got a 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, wow. Wow, we actually got 3. We got Louis and Lincoln and Ben P, who all got 7 this week. So, well done, lads. Did very well there. We got in second, we got Tyson H, Magpie Army 2016 on 82. We got Khan the Catters, Sam H also on 82. We got Eating Sunscreen on 81, who has kicked me out of the top 4 by 1 tip, which is a bit crook. But anyways, yeah, I'm in 5th. Like I said, got a 5. Jake L obviously got a 3. Shannon is on 79. He got a 5 as well, as is Angus. He got 5 and he's on 79 tips as well. Louis, like I said, has got a 7 and he is on 75 tips, sitting in 8th there. Victor B he's got 74 tips. He got a 3 as well. Lincoln got, I think that might be his best, a 7 this year. I think so. Yeah, he's on 70. And Adam S, who unfortunately only got 1 this week, he's on 44. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch up with Lincoln and get off the bottom now. So, yeah, sorry, Adam. I know you did join a bit late, but it looks like you will, unless someone else joins and he's on lower than you. I think that's the best bet you got now of not finishing last. But yeah, shout out to all these people: Ben P, Tyson, Sam H, Jake L, Shannon, Angus, Louis, Victor, Lincoln and Adam. You guys are all legends for joining the comp. So if you want to join it, link in the description and in the pinned comment like I mentioned. And yeah, those were my round 16 tips, and that is my ladder after round 16. So there we go, guys. Those were my round 16 tips for this upcoming round. Comment down below your tips. As always, comment down below how you went from last week. If you're not in my comp, let me know how you went, how many games did you get. Also, remember to, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like, share and subscribe. Like I said, we are on the road to 300 subscribers, hopefully by the finals. So yeah, if you could please hit that big red button down below. It would mean the absolute world. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, some exciting videos coming in the next week and a bit. Obviously, like I said, I've already announced I will be going to Adelaide and I will be watching Adelaide Melbourne. I'll be a neutral, but Dad's a Melbourne supporter, so yeah, that'll be quite fun. I can't wait to go to Adelaide Oval. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.